Oggi sono nella piovosa Londra, strano, chi l'avrebbe mai detto, nella piovosa sede del Chelsea Football Club, sì raga, quel Chelsea, per provare delle tecnologie dedicate al mondo degli sportivi. Questo è un posto davvero speciale, questo è un truck, un pulmino che si può chiudere all'occorrenza e portare da qualche altra parte. Qui dentro possono essere analizzati contemporaneamente fino a 20 giocatori, in questo caso sono giocatori del Chelsea Calcio perché siamo qui nella loro iconica sede e a questo punto non mi resta che provarlo anch'io sul mio fisico in modo da capire se la squadra mi vorrà prendere. Alt, fermi tutti perché so che non ci avete capito nulla. Colpa mia ovviamente, eh. Tutto è successo mentre partecipavamo io e la Gherica a un festival dedicato all'intelligenza artificiale a Cannes. A un certo punto ci ritroviamo a una conferenza. Era una conferenza di Intel. Ci stavano spiegando come avrebbero utilizzato la loro tecnologia e la loro intelligenza artificiale per le Olimpiadi. Ma non hanno solo le Olimpiadi tra i progetti, c'era anche questo AiLab. Ma che cos'è questo AiLab? Ci fanno per cui vedere un video con il track, i giocatori del Chelsea e persone che si allenano, punteggi e cose varie ed eventuali. Io mi giro verso la Gherica e gli dico dobbiamo assolutamente andarlo a vedere di persona. E così abbiamo fatto, abbiamo scritto e ci hanno detto ok, venite a vedere il nostro laboratorio che ci aiuta a capire come stanno andando i nostri atleti, ma che ci aiuta a capire soprattutto come poter scovare nuovi talenti. Vabbè dai, andiamo avanti con il viaggio. Inizio a fare un po' di riscaldamento mentre i ragazzi preparano tutta l'attrezzatura, così sono un po' più calda e quando faccio gli esercizi non mi rompo parti del corpo che mi serviranno nei prossimi giorni. Speriamo che io me la cavo, come diceva un maestro. Sto facendo pena senza aver neanche iniziato, capito? Sono carica, iniziamo con il salto, gambe dritte e devo andare più in alto che posso.
Okay, when you're ready, big jump. Very good.
La mia dashboard sta iniziando a popolarsi, abbiamo qui 28,2 cm sul salto. Andiamo avanti. Devo tenere i piedi molto su, dice che posso fare molto meglio rispetto ai 22,8.
When you're ready, up here. Good.
Guardali, 31,6. Poi tra un po' il Chelsea mi vorrà in squadra, io ve lo dico.
I think, Ross, what's the highest we've tested? 56, 57 centimeters?
Cioè c'era uno alto così, mi hanno detto che ha fatto 50 cm di salto, perché ho detto quant'era alto, mi ha detto ma no, era un piccolo.
Okay, we're going to do a different type of jump now.
Ok, un altro salto. In realtà salti, plurale, 10 salti in alto ma veloci.
1, 2, 3, higher. 7, 8, 9, 10 and stop. Well done.
Mi fa già male tutto. Because you think of doing it faster, not higher.
Yeah.
And if you do it higher, not faster.
Exactly.
Ma certo che ci riproviamo. E poi già che ci sono, riprovo anche quello singolo. Magari faccio meglio. E ho buttato giù tutto.
31.6.
Allora, se non ho capito male, qui devo afferrare la barra e fare però forza con i piedi verso il basso. È un lavoro molto di precisione e loro sono molto specializzati in questo, ok? Le spalle in linea qua, ok?
You're going to make it harder.
Ah! E mo' che è sto nuovo strumento di tortura?
2, 1, go, 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 stand up, and stop.
Well done ha detto, eh? Cioè, come la carne, ben cotta. Well done, like meat. L'hanno capito adesso. Yes? Ecco, I broke the leg.
Okay, nice.
Stronger.
3, 2, 1, go, 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 pull, more, keep going, and stop. Well done. Even better.
Even better, meglio di prima.
So the orange is the right, the blue is the left leg.
Questo sopra è il destra e quello sotto è la sinistra. Il bianco invece è la somma dei due.
We are looking at the total force you can produce, which was 1,600 newtons,
Io ho un 4% di asimmetria tra una gamba e l'altra, ok?
which is pretty good.
And asymmetry is normal, right?
Yes.
I calciatori tendono ad avere una simmetria molto più ampia rispetto a me, perché magari calciano sempre con la destra, è la loro gamba preferita, quindi hanno una simmetria, hanno più forza sulla destra che sulla sinistra e il loro lavoro è quello di ridurre questa simmetria facendo degli esercizi specifici in modo da non avere anche injuries in italiano, infortuni, ecco. Dai, questo mi sembra facile, devo spingere prima verso l'interno e poi verso l'esterno. Le braccia così per non barare. 3 secondi, poi finisce in fretta.
Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Go on hard as you can. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And stop. Push, 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 push. Keep going. Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. And stop. Non
capisco se mi dice well done giusto per dirmelo o perché...
mi sa di sì.
You really believe when you say well done?
Yeah.
4% symmetry, the same.
Again, very good.
Okay.
What we're looking for is the force, so the total amount of strength you can produce,
Okay.
and the difference in the left to the right.
So the right is stronger than the
Yeah.
left. Invece quando si tratta di spingere verso l'interno la mia sinistra è più forte. Molto curioso. Cognitivo, ok. Vediamo come la cavo coi colori e coi numeri. Mi sento il gatto che... 374. Better.
Was that better or worse?
Yeah, better.
Better, slightly
better.
better. Brilliant. Okay, we'll go to the next test.
Next test, quindi
Ok.
sono 3 tests.
Yeah, 3 tests.
Okay.
This is looking at your kind of logic and your reasoning, because you're going to have to react to what it's telling you to do. You need to match the shape, the color, or the size to the instruction.
Ma sì, dai, mi sembra di aver capito.
Keep your finger on there.
Ah.
Okay, I'll show you. Okay, and then go. Shape. That's it. Oh
No.
no.
Ok, adesso andrà sicuramente meglio, dai. Forza. Oddio, è difficilissimo. Size. Questo. Quando finisce, shape. No. Passiamo di nuovo agli esercizi fisici che spero vada un pochettino meglio. Poco. Quindi per testare il mio bicipite e devo far tirare su coi piedi, ma non posso tirare sui gomiti. È iniziato anche a piovere nel frattempo.
Pull hard, keep going, harder, 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 harder. Both legs. And stop. Okay. Interesting.
È una tortura, ma perché sono venuta qua io? Was this good?
It was okay.
Ok. Comunque poteva andarmi peggio perché normalmente fanno anche degli sprint fuori, ma fortunatamente piove.
If you want to try a more advanced one,
No, I'm ok, thank you. Ok, meglio dare un'occhiata ai risultati. La mia gamba destra è molto più forte, guardate che differenza, questa arancione la destra e la sinistra, la differenza tra una e l'altra. Andrebbe rifatto molte più volte per capire se c'è realmente una simmetria, quindi se io fossi una sportiva, una calciatrice qui, dovrebbero indagare questa cosa per verificare se ci sono dei problemi o se devo fare degli esercizi diversi. L'esercizio di là diceva che io avevo la gamba sinistra più forte, quindi vuol dire che ho un gluteo che lavora di più, per cui questo gluteo fa sì che la parte in basso magari lavori di meno, quindi per questo mettendo insieme tutti i pezzi dei dati che stiamo iniziando ad avere mi può dare un risultato più totale, olistico, per capire quale può essere un eventuale problema. E ora misuriamo i tempi di reazione. Solo i verdi, solo i verdi, solo i verdi. Ah!
Quick.
E ovviamente adesso lo facciamo con i piedi. All says well done.
Yeah.
Yes! È arrivato il capo.
Brilliant.
I think we have all the results here. Really.
Yes, we do. And there is, you know, there's some really good. There's some we definitely want to highlight and work on.
Okay. So Chelsea is not gonna hire me.
We can try and get you there. That's what our great sports scientists are for, right? To look at this data and go, how do we make you even better? In the top left corner here, you see there's 2 circles. There's an orange circle and there's like a bluey green circle. The orange one is your cognitive scores, so the things that you did with your actions and your computer-based stuff to look at how your cognitive function is. So that mental kind of capacity.
I played a lot of video games in my life.
Well, and your cognitive scores are better than your physical scores. So you can see the blue wheel, it's actually, so the physical scores as an average is a 5.2, that's out of 10, the cognitive is 6.3. 6.3 is actually pretty good. 5.2, that's the bit we'd want to work on a little bit. This is your jump.
Okay.
And actually that's really good.
Really good?
That's one of your best scores for sure, that's great. And when you're standing on those, there's actually sensors in the bottom of these plates.
Okay.
So right now that's already measuring the force I'm putting on my left leg and my right leg. And as you do a jump, it looks at both the force, but then the time that you're in the air and off the sensors. So there's just an algorithm that looks at how long you've been in the air and how much force you apply.
So you don't apply sensors.
don't
I
have
asked
to-
for sensors.
Yeah.
They said no.
Don't have to apply anything. No,
Okay.
exactly. So we can get all those kind of the jump heights and the force metrics just from what's in the plates. We also track movements as well. That's something we do in the mobile phone as well for talent ID, but also in the lab we track movements, and that's just camera based. So it doesn't matter if it's a mobile phone camera, a high-speed camera, we can actually just get a video on you and actually track all the movements as well, and that gives us more data around how your body's moving, where your strengths and weaknesses are.
And how you do this without sensor, just with a camera?
This is the really important part of where we really work quite tight with our partners Intel. So we get the video goes to the cloud, that runs a lot of processing, so it gets all tracked, all the movements get tracked. The technology is called 3DATS, it's 3D athlete tracking. It's owned by us but built in collaboration with Intel, and we use a lot of their processors to actually run those models. So there's deep learning processors. So those deep learning processors are actually learning from every single video we put in. So every time we try and track a movement, it gets more accurate, it gets more refined, so the tracking model gets better. But what's also important with Intel is actually through their processors is actually putting video into the cloud and tracking it. It's okay to say to you, it's actually quite an expensive thing to do. That processing power is quite expensive. And if you think about not just the lab, you think about our mobile phone tool where there's millions of videos going through that at any given time, that can increase costs quite quickly. Whereas Intel have done all the work to actually cost optimize video processing. So working with them, it means that not only can the video be cost effective, it can be fast. So we want to get your video back to you really quickly. We want to get video back to all our
results,
users.
to give the results.
Yeah, we don't want to be waiting. So we want it to come back in real time as fast as it possibly can. But also that it can happen anywhere in the world. So we've got use cases of players using our products in India, in America, in Saudi Arabia. So you have
Without this lab.
Without this lab, yeah. There's other labs in other parts of the world, but they're all connected to the one kind of control center that we've looked at. So where we're looking at your scores, all that data is going to the same place.
My average score is 5.4. You obtained this result comparing the results of other players.
We can, yes. So there's different benchmarks we can use. So we're here inside Chelsea. So when the Chelsea players come in and test, we compare them to the Chelsea standard. So measuring all the Chelsea players.
This is a high standard.
Right, it's a high standard, yeah.
So I'm not so bad.
Not like I said, cognitive is, we're there with cognitive. The other labs around the world might have different benchmarks. It could be more about talent ID. So if we're working in America, that lab could be around actually the whole country's data. For Chelsea, it's just about Chelsea's data.
Okay.
So we can create different benchmarks based
So you
on
can
what it is we're trying to analyze.
personalize,
We
totally
absolutely personalize it. And it's making it meaningful for you. If you're here to trial for Chelsea, we want to measure you in relation to the Chelsea benchmarks. If you were here just to go, actually, how good am I compared to the country? Then we'll look at everyone we've measured in the country and compare you to everyone in the country. So those benchmarks can be created very bespoke to you as the user, but also to the club.
Per inciso, la tecnologia che vedete qui dentro non nasce per AiLabs. Questi strumenti possono essere usati da tutti. La differenza la fa il software e la capacità di analisi delle persone che qui dentro ci lavorano.
Somebody might say that all this data can dehumanize a player, a person, or everything is going around. So we are resuming everything in data today.
Yeah.
So how we can prevent with doing this?
So one is the context for why a score might be there. So something we do in the lab as well, we actually measure everyone's height and weight, and we do their seating height. And the reason we do that is because for young people, they will go through different growth spurts and they'll mature at different times. And it's very easy to get a leaderboard and see someone at the bottom. And if you don't have the context that maybe they've not gone through their growth spurt yet, they're actually, their maturity is, physical maturity is behind someone else. We need to take that context in to be able to actually, let's not just dismiss that person as a poor performer. They might actually be just behind their peers in their maturation. By getting your information in real time and having it there straight away so I can talk with you, we can look at maybe what's not so good, we can have a conversation about it. It keeps the player in the loop of what the meaning behind the testing is. It keeps me in the loop of how you're feeling. And
The human part is really important.
It's really important, actually even just the context of today with some of the players that they might have, around Chelsea we have lots of young players in the academy, but sometimes they get asked to play up at different age groups. So for example, you get an 18-year-old called up to the under-21s. So their normal programme is not to play a match last night, but they end up getting called up, they play the 90-minute match, they've now come for their testing the next day, they're just tired.
È importante il contesto, ma è fondamentale anche l'intelligenza artificiale, che velocizza il lavoro e permette un confronto immediato con i giocatori, altrimenti si dimenticherebbero persino di averlo fatto quel test.
And do you think athletes, for the first time doing this, could be frustrated somehow because the results are not, that doesn't match how they feel? Maybe today I said, oh, today I'm going to do very well because I feel strong and I feel good, and the result says 5.0.
Yeah, we actually bring up an interesting topic because one thing we see here when you bring a team in is it creates competition. So
oh yes, I did it on my own. But
right?
Yeah,
they'll do it and they go, oh, look at the leaderboard and go, can I try again? Right? So, so
Okay.
almost doing one makes them get into the mode of performance, whereas normally without the live leaderboards or real-time leaderboards, someone will do a test, so they don't really see it and they go, oh, that's me done, I can walk off. That's actually now really pointless data, because if they didn't try, then it's not very usable to analyse anything. So this kind of environment, we normally get the music on for them, create competitions with leaderboards, and they actually really give it their best shot.
So you have the gamification part.
You do, and it's really important.
Non sempre però i giocatori devono fare tutti questi test, a volte ne basta anche solo uno, il salto ad esempio, per capire la loro forma fisica di quel giorno specifico e definire un piano di allenamento per quella specifica giornata.
You are expanding this kind of concept, so this truck, to other football clubs, or it's just here?
No, it's not just here. So the lab side of our business, so this one we're in now is actually a mobile lab. And
you can close it.
Yeah, it'll close up, it'll drive off to other teams that we work with. I think its next stop is Burnley Football Club, another Premier League team. So we can deploy it for a few days, test absolutely everyone and go off and do something else. So that can be fan engagement events, branded events, as well as club events. We now have our clubs obviously wanting to buy their own. It's not just buying their own mobile versions, giving us a space and just saying we need this concept, we need this, the brain of the control center and all this real-time analysis, but we've got this space in our gym. So they can be micro size, where it's a third of this space, all the way through to, we've got I won't mention the client today, but we've got a lab that's being built that's, I think 750 square meters. It's about 4 times the size of this space. So they've got more spaces. We've got more equipment, we've got more screens, we've got more players coming through fast. We want to do all our talent ID with it. So they gave us a bigger space to go and build a lab. So the labs can be different sizes and styles. They always look great, because looking great is part of that gamification side we spoke about.
Giusto, vuoi mettere la motivazione del fare gli esercizi qui dentro piuttosto che farli sotto la pioggia?
What do you think will be the future of sport with AI?
You take all these different tests we do. Some of those we started deploying to a mobile phone. So players from anywhere in the world can download an app and they can trial for Chelsea Football Club or Burnley or any of our other partners and do some of these tests just by holding a mobile phone camera. And that's really special, because now you don't have to necessarily find this environment and go, actually, where's the next lab? There's only going to be so many of those. You can only test so many people.
So you're open to the whole world?
Open to the whole world,
because
yeah.
maybe rich countries can have this kind of lab,
Exactly
but maybe
right, yeah.
other countries cannot afford it.
Exactly right. Yeah, well, we've had amazing use cases where there's been multiple players in India who don't play organised sport, who've downloaded our app, and they've done trials for an organisation called Reliance Foundation in India. They've done their trials, and now they're actually on a 5-year residency programme for Reliance Foundation, where they have education for free every single day, they play football every single day. You would have never found those players with just going out and saying, hey, let's do some testing. By having a mobile phone, they've been able to download it, do similar tests to what's going on here, plus kind of football-related tests as well in the phone. They've now on a life-changing programme and getting their education for free. And so really the future of it for me is getting it out of labs as well, giving access to more people. And again, AI and going back to Intel as well, massive organisation. They've got the structure and the ability to help us around the world to make sure if video comes from India or Brazil or Saudi Arabia or the UK, everyone's going to get back the same service, get the same scoring, the same tracking, and basically get the same opportunity. So for me, that's the future. It's like this is amazing, but also the future of just giving it to more people, and that's mobile devices.
Beh, che dire, è stata un'esperienza davvero bellissima. Me l'aspettavo così, ma non me l'aspettavo così. Quando ho visto questo posto in una conferenza, mi sono detta devo vederlo a tutti i costi. Ed è molto interessante vedere come la tecnologia stia entrando anche nel mondo dello sport in modo così particolare, perché come ho chiesto prima a Richard, gli ho detto ma non rischiamo di disumanizzare le persone, renderle dei numeri, ma in realtà se il tutto è creato con un ecosistema di un certo genere, quindi con gli allenatori, con i coach, cercando di capire il contesto, analizzando i dati con la testa, ecco, non semplicemente usando i numeri, ma analizzandoli con quello che noi sappiamo fare, quindi noi esseri umani sappiamo fare, può essere un ottimo metodo per capire, come ho visto io che avevo un gluteo più forte, il bicipite dall'altra parte più forte, quindi si è acceso un campanello d'allarme. Bella questa cosa, mi piace veramente tantissimo. Dicevamo un esperimento che sta portando avanti il Chelsea Calcio con Intel e AiLabs, però viene, diciamo, portato anche in giro per il mondo con l'applicazione. Mi hanno raccontato che sono andati in Senegal, sono andati in India per cercare anche nuovi talenti, quindi è bello, mi piace. Sono proprio curiosa di capire in futuro che cosa ne sarà dello sport e come verrà lo sport trasformato dalla tecnologia. Intanto io vi bacio, vi abbraccio, vi saluto, torno a casa e ci vediamo in un prossimo video. Ciao!